We must be constantly on guard against the disease. The health of our nation, our people, our families, and our minds depends on constant vigilance. Basic Health Measures. The Safety, Health, and Happiness Handbook, 12th edition. The smell of oranges has always reminded me of funerals. On the morning of my evaluation, it is the smell that wakes me up. I look at the clock on the bedside table. It's 6 o'clock. The light is gray, the sunlight just strengthening along the walls of the bedroom I share with both of my cousin Marcia's children. Grace, the younger one, is crouched on her twin bed, already dressed, watching me. She has a whole orange in one hand. She's trying to gnaw on it like an apple with her little kid teeth. My stomach twists, and I have to close my eyes again to keep from remembering the hot, scratchy dress I was forced to wear when my mother died. To keep from remembering the murmur of voices, a large, rough hand passing me orange after orange to suck on so I would stay quiet. At the funeral, I ate 4 oranges, section by section, and when I was left with only a pile of peelings heaped on my lap, I began to suck on those, the bitter taste of the pith helping to keep the tears away. I open my eyes and Grace leans forward, the orange cupped in her outstretched palm. "No, Gracie." I push off my covers and stand up. My stomach is clenching and unclenching like a fist. "And you're not supposed to eat the peel, you know." She continues blinking up at me with her big, gray eyes, not saying anything. I sigh and sit down next to her. "Here," I say, and show her how to peel the orange using her nail, unwinding bright orange curls and dropping them in her lap, the whole time trying to hold my breath against the smell. She watches me in silence. When I'm finished, she holds the orange, now unpeeled, in both hands as though it's a glass ball and she's worried about breaking it. I nudge her. "Go ahead. Eat now." She just stares at it, and I sigh and begin separating the sections for her one by one. As I do, I whisper as gently as possible, "You know, the others would be nicer to you if you would speak once in a while." She doesn't respond. Not that I really expect her to. My Aunt Carol hasn't heard her say a word in the whole 6 years and 3 months of Grace's life. Not a single syllable. Carol thinks there's something wrong with her brain, but so far the doctors haven't found it. "She's as dumb as a rock," Carol said matter-of-factly just the other day, watching Grace turn a bright-colored block over and over in her hands, as though it was beautiful and miraculous, as though she expected it to turn suddenly into something else. I stand up and go toward the window, moving away from Grace and her big, staring eyes and thin, quick fingers. I feel sorry for her. Marcia, Grace's mother, is dead now. She always said she never wanted children in the first place. That's one of the downsides of the procedure. In the absence of deliria nervosa, some people find parenting distasteful. Thankfully, cases of full-blown detachment, where a mother or father is unable to bond normally, dutifully, and responsibly with his or her children, and winds up drowning them or sitting on their windpipes or beating them to death when they cry, are few. But 2 was the number of children the evaluators decided on for Marcia. At the time, it seemed like a good choice. Her family had earned high stabilization marks in the annual review. Her husband, a scientist, was well-respected. They lived in an enormous house on Winter Street. Marcia cooked every meal from scratch and taught piano lessons in her spare time to keep busy. But, of course, when Marcia's husband was suspected of being a sympathizer, everything changed. Marcia and her children, Jenny and Grace, had to move back with Marcia's mother, my Aunt Carol, and people whispered and pointed at them everywhere they went. Grace wouldn't remember that, of course. I'd be surprised if she has any memories of her parents at all. Marcia's husband disappeared before his trial could begin. It's probably a good thing he did. The trials are mostly for show. Sympathizers are almost always executed. If not, they're locked away in the crypts to serve 3 life sentences back to back. Marcia knew that, of course. Aunt Carol thinks that's the reason her heart gave out only a few months after her husband's disappearance, when she was indicted in his place. A day after she got served the papers, she was walking down the street and bam! Heart attack. Hearts are fragile things. That's why you have to be